Built on the site of a former piano factory, there's been plenty of music made on the field here in the decade since it opened back in 1998. Welcome, everyone, to M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. Return coming from the 6. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. The drive begins with Henry. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Lamar out of the pistol. Buying some time, trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
And now this defense is on that sack board and sets up a pretty good chance here on 3rd down. It's a little bit like blood in the water with sharks when it comes to taking sacks. You can feel it as a quarterback. Once that defense gets one, they're hungry for another.
Jackson now on 3rd. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
Fair catch made here at the 30-yard line. So no return on that punt. And the Chiefs will get set to go on offense. They've got 1st down from the 31. Chase coming in motion right. Good little whip there. Looks like about 6. The rangy Kyle Hamilton getting there for the stop. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
Well, I know this. This staff loves the athleticism and versatility he brings to the offense. That's not only as a receiver, but as someone who can take occasional carries and turn them into good yards.
He's got his man. That's Travis Kelce. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They'll come up 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. That's complete. Isaiah Pacheco.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was 1st down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Now it's the first carry for Isaiah Pacheco. And he's brought down for a loss.
This coordinator tried to show some trust and belief in his offense. A run after a negative run, Well, you lose a lot of equity and belief in that coordinator. I don't think he's going to try a third run after back-to-back negative losses.
Defense looking to defend the marker on third down. Putting the tight end in motion. Third and long for him here. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the fourth down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
They'll go. It's Mahomes. Throw is caught by the back. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Oh, so close to getting off the field. But the fourth down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, to sit on the bench, to get their breath. But now they're going to have to buckle down and force another fourth down.
A counter give here to Pacheco. They'll drive it forward, but won't get beyond the line. Jesse Bates getting up for the stop that time. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. Through one quarter, neither side breaking through on the scoreboard. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the second. Back to the bank in just a moment. About set for the second quarter. Chiefs football here. They'll have 2nd down as they look to continue this good drive. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
3rd down, it's Mahomes. Complete beyond the marker. And they can't jump to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That one goes for 25 yards. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Has it down close. Touchdown, Kansas City. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
That one right down the middle. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Butker on now to kick this one away. Has this at the 6. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Now we'll get set to see the Baltimore offense for the 2nd time. Still in search of their first points as we work our way through the middle of this game. The score 7-0. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Running back, motioning right. On 1st down, Jackson. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Throwing again is Lamar. The screen pass falls incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
Here he is on 3rd and long. And that one's too far in front of him, so now they're facing 4th down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Here's Jordan Stouts coming on again to punt. Chiefs have Xavier Worthy out for the return. Fair catch made here at the 30. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And it'll be their football. The Chiefs sending their offense out for the 2nd time this game. And they take the field exactly where they want it to be, Brock. Off a touchdown early and with the home crowd a little quieter than normal.
I'm not going to lie to you, Kate. I think most quarterbacks, competitors love playing on the road when they do just this. Just quiet them, right? Turn them against their own team. They'll quiet after that opening touchdown. You score another one, you're going to start to murmur, and we might even hear a few boo birds.
That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
Throwing on 1st down, Mahomes finds his man Chase. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Second and 3. That pass is complete to Kelsey. And he has them a 1st down, which they will tackle on the other side of this 2-minute warning. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on, it's incomplete.
Oh, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They could revisit that play in the future.
Again, Mahomes to throw. This one finds Kelsey. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st.
Kate, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. And without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
Mahomes on 1st and 10. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Travis Kelsey, the intended target. So it's 2nd down coming up. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything, and they just did.
Another throw for Mahomes. Kelsey makes the catch. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Back to the air, Mahomes. The throw is caught. And he almost gets to the 5. He goes out at the 6.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Off the play fake, it's Mahomes. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Throwing again, Mahomes. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs grow their lead just before halftime. It's a DK Metcalf touchdown. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
That one splits the uprights. And the Chiefs double their lead to 14. Butker on now to kick this one away. Return coming from the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Ravens taking over now on offense. Minimal time remaining in the half. And we're a shade away from 50 seconds to go in the half. That's enough time to put something together. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Lamar back to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Lamar now from the gun. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. Looking for the back that time. So now they have 3rd and short.
I love the thought there and the idea. Get your guy in space. But he can't make anything happen until he catches it cleanly first.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Jackson. And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on 3rd down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. 4th down coming up.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Jordan Stout on now to punt. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. That's taken at the 15. And he puts together a nice little return there before they're able to bring him down. That punt goes 63 yards. And it's going to be their football coming up. The Chiefs taking over now, real late in this opening half. And while one sideline has 0 points, this offense, well, they have had 0 issues so far getting into that end zone.
They are rolling right now, Kate, and unless there's a speed bump on the immediate horizon, things are at risk of getting out of hand.
And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. From the 39 now, after that explosive start to this drive. First and 10, it's Mahomes. Pacheco hauls it in. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Jesse Bates getting up for the stop that time. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Second down now, 7 to go. Motioning the tight end now. Here's 2nd and 7. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. It's a full 40 yards on the play, Brock, and a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
From the red zone now. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete.
With all due respect to some of the great linebackers back in the day, to play the position today, man, you've got to be versatile. You can't just be a come up and stuff the run. You got to play coverage. And these defenses more and more rely on you to break up throws just like that.
Mahomes trying again here on 2nd and 10. Avoids the pocket, isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Now just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense. And they can try for some points going into the break. The Chiefs bring on Harrison Butker for the field goal. It's about 43 yards for it. Up and good from Blankenship. And our first half ends with 3 points. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. McCole Hardman now on the return. Returns looking good so far. The tackle's made, so this drive will begin at the 34-yard line. Out comes Kansas City. Its offense has it first to start quarter number 3. And they really leaned on that passing game in the first half, Brock. Let's see if that emphasis continues to start the third. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Drive begins with a run by Pacheco. Runs into traffic and hits a wall. No gain. Tackled on the play by Marlon Humphrey. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
2nd and 10 now. Metcalf's got it. Complete. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
And the Ravens going nickel, 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
The Chiefs looking to punt on 4th down, so on comes Matt Araiza to handle it. And this one is crushed. Wow, beautiful punt here. That is going to go for 60+. Baltimore running its offense out now. And it's not good, Brock, when you're discussing their punter as one of your early game MVPs, but they just haven't been able to get anything going so far.
No, you'll hear some old school coaches, especially defensive-minded coaches, Kate, and they'll say, hey, man, there's nothing wrong with the drive ending with a kick, right? Mm-hmm. As a quarterback and as an offense, maybe that was the way you played the game back in the day, but not modern football. You've got to go score.
And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 70-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now. Running once more with Henry. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a first down pickup.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Lamar out of the pistol. To the left and hauled in by Likely. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Trying to connect with Tyreek Hill there, but still plenty of options left on 3rd and short. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Complete beyond the marker. And he goes out. Just needed one more step there to reach midfield. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how. I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
Throwing now on first down. It's Jackson. Andrews with the catch. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Minkah Fitzpatrick in on the stop.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
He takes off left on this 2nd down. And he'll take it past the midfield stripe and start the push into Chiefs territory. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8.
I can promise you that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that. But let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
Jackson now on 3rd. That's caught for the first. And out of bounds right at the 40-yard line. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
Translatable skills. That's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
So we hit the end of the 3rd quarter. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the 4th quarter. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. First down throw for Jackson. The Chiefs get to him, and he's dropped. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Final quarter, this quarterback's just feeling the need to do a little extra, try to make something happen outside the pocket. But the problem, defense wouldn't let them. They have that same kind of urgency. They want to make some plays of their own before they hit the showers, and they got one right there with that sack.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
I think that was a throw, Kate, that just came a little bit too late. What it did is it gave that defense time to come up and deliver a pop and knock the ball loose before he could secure it fully.
Jackson now, 3rd and long. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. That's Justin Simmons. And the Chiefs will set up just a little bit shy of the 40 following the tackle. It gives to Pacheco to start the drive. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
First down, and they go right back to it. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first.
welcome you to the Heartland, 7 miles from downtown Kansas City. GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium for more than a half-century. The home of the Kansas City Chiefs. But dangerous Mecole Hardman on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. They put Kelce in motion. Throwing right away is Mahomes. He's got his tight end. That's Travis Kelce. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 6. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Even though it doesn't result in a sack, when you dial up the right pressure at the right time, Mike, sometimes that's all it takes to lead to that incompletion. The timing is just a little off between the quarterback and his intended target, and the ball falls incomplete.
On 3rd down, Mahomes. That's complete. Who else? It's Kelce. He's going to have the 1st down, so they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch. They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Mahomes now to throw again. That's caught. It's Xavier Worthy. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
Now the first carry for the Rutgers Scarlet Knight, Isaiah Pacheco. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They put Kelce in motion. Mahomes now on 2nd down. A short throw taken in by Kelce. And it'll be a short pickup that's not enough for the 1st down.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
They'll try and run it here with Pacheco. And he's not going to get the 1st down. Met and brought down in the backfield on 3rd and short. They do not get it done.
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking 1st down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up 4th down.
They'll try it now with Pacheco. And he's not going anywhere. Stuffed behind the line. They have turned it over on downs.
Well, Mike, it's pretty clear early in this game the message they want to send is we are going to be aggressive on offense. And that's exactly what they did there, going for it on 4th down early. But it's the defense that comes through and forces the turnover on downs.
And this play going nowhere. He is taken down behind the line of scrimmage on their first play of the game.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
They'll go again here with Henry. And he's going to be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs, back-to-back losses. Now it's third down.
What a start here defensively. The offense comes out trying to establish a little ground game, and this defense looks like they knew what those first two calls were going to be all along, taking them back for a loss and sets up a third and long.
On third down, here's a run by Henry. And he's going to go backwards yet again. The defense stands up tall one more time, and they force a fourth down. So we've come to the end of a fairly evenly played opening quarter. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. We'll be back in Kansas City after this. On fourth down, the Ravens call on Jordan Stout to punt. Back deep for KC, Xavier Worthy. That'll be returnable from the 35. And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. The Chiefs offense ready to see the football for the second time. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Pacheco. And he'll get this up to the 44. Levante David doing his work on defense.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 44-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9. Once again, it's Pacheco. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
It is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
The most important stat, Mike, to determine wins and losses in the NFL is clearly turnover differential, your ability to protect the ball and on defense, take the ball away. And for any offense, that's even more critical when you have the ball on your side of the field.
Good hang time. The fair catch will be made back at their own 12. The Ravens offense ready for their second possession. This will begin at their own 13-yard line. So work to do starting with this 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. And a good one here. He'll be marked down up past the 25-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
It's the tight end Likely in motion. He's going to run it. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half.
These are the plays that just drive the defensive coordinator crazy, Mike. You do everything right, but you don't account for the quarterback scrambling. He's able to get out of the pocket and gain enough for a first down.
Jackson now to throw on first down. A throw, left side, caught by Andrews. And he is out of bounds all the way down at the 35-yard line. Short pass goes a long way. It works to the tune of 25 yards. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. Right back to Andrews. He's got another one.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
Lamar going to work from the pistol. Inside the 10, it is caught. And he's going to be taken down. From 6 yards out, it's 1st and goal. Jackson up top again. Taking, and he gets to the outside and takes it in. Lamar Jackson. Touchdown, Ravens.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. They'll be hoping to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 our score as this drive begins with a first down. Motion man is Rice. First down throw, Mahomes. Got a man over the middle, it's Worthy. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. The Chiefs offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. Motion man is Rice. Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on first down. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Now KC going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in this second quarter. Here's a 2nd and 6. They put Kelce in motion. On second down, Mahomes. A short one caught by Kelce. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Now this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
He's going to let this one go for Worthy.
So, of course, you prefer to connect on that throw, but think about it like this, Mike. The more they continue to test this defense downfield, the more it's going to open up some of those shorter passes underneath.
Harrison Butker on now for the field goal. This is going to be from 53 yards out. Butker's kick is good. And the Chiefs are on the board. It's 7-3.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
So 2 seconds left to play, and the kick's away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. The Ravens offense going to get it one last time here late in the opening half. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Now, Jackson. Oh, and he's going to go down. He could not get rid of it, and that's going to bring an end to this first half.
With the score, Ravens 7, Chiefs 3.
First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. The Ravens offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Jackson looking to throw. He'll get that into the hands of Tyreek Hill. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Jackson now. That's to the sideline where he finds Hill. 14 yards on that pass play there. Good for a Raven 1st down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
First time they've looked his way all game long, but he comes through with the grab and a 1st down.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself in your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
On 1st and 10, Jackson. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down? This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? In motion comes Andrews. On third down, Jackson. Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
You find yourself trailing coming out of the halftime break. Your defense is going to start on the field. And, man, what a great way to get this half started. Keep this game within one possession, get the ball back to your offense, and see what they can do.
Tucker's kick is good. And the Ravens go out to a 10-3 lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
So Tucker is back out after making the field goal. He'll kick this one away. It's Xavier Worthy on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Chiefs offense ready for their first possession of this second half. Just the lone field goal for them so far, down 10-3 in this one. And they'll start 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
As this offense continues to try to find its way out of this hole, things are going to just continue to get more difficult if they can't protect the passer. The longer you trail, the more the defense knows you need to throw the ball, and they're going to have to protect their quarterback a lot better than they did there.
They put Kelce in motion. Mahomes looking to throw on 2nd down. To the right side, hauled in by Kelce. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
Mahomes going to throw here on 3rd down. He's going to air one out for Metcalf. And the Ravens will take over at their own 14-yard line. On 1st down, they'll start the drive with Henry. And he'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So, points at a premium. Defensive battle so far as we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson. That one into the hands of Jefferson. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
In motion comes Andrews. 3rd and short, Jackson. There's a short one caught by Andrews. And he's going to have enough for a 1st down. He's out of bounds after a gain of 5.
At this point in the game, Mike, it really starts coming down to the number of possessions. So that's a huge 1st down conversion. Fresh set of downs. Now, the balance is stay aggressive and maintain the ball, but also start working this clock.
They'll run out of the gun with Henry. And he'll get about 5 past the 30-yard line. And the back judge throws the flag. He looks at the ball, looks at the clock. Clock says 0. That's a delay of game. Jackson now on second deck. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
Big-time opportune sack there by the defense. Mike, they're right on the cusp of field goal range. You can't allow this to become a two-possession ball game here in the fourth quarter. Massive third down coming up here. See if they can get off the field and get the ball back to their offense.
Pistol give to Henry. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Ravens bring their punt team out as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead. A fair catch taken here, and it's going to come right at the 15-yard line. So here comes the KC offense set to take over once more. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. They put Kelce in motion. They'll drop to throw. Short pass taken in by Kelce. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
Mahomes now to throw on 2nd down. And they'll whistle him down, but not before it picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. Metcalf with the grab.
As the saying goes, Mike, you need your big-time players to make big-time plays, and the moment doesn't get bigger than this. Find yourself down. A touchdown gives you a chance to win this thing in regulation, and I think they got a shot.
Now 2nd and inches. Right back to the air for Mahomes. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
And now, after that catch, they've got a chance here late, Mike. They've got enough time to try to move this thing down. I think they can win the game on this possession.
This offense still has the 1 timeout to use. 1st and 10 coming up now. To the air once more, it's Mahomes. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. They come up for 2nd and 2. Mahomes now to throw again. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Mahomes now on 3rd and 2. That is incomplete, so the task gets more difficult. Time for maybe 2 plays. That's it.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play a man-to-man, and it's exactly what they...
And that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Sauce Gardner. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So it is a win here for the visitors, the Ravens. Points were at a premium in this one, but they're able to eke out the victory in this low-scoring affair. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olsen and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. With that, good night from Kansas City. Welcome to the historic Inner Harbor of Baltimore, Maryland. Just a stone's throw away, you find M&T Bank Stadium, the home of the Ravens. On the return, it's the rookie Xavier Worthy. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Throwing to get things started is Mahomes. And he's going to be dropped behind the line. Terrific push defensively. They came out of the locker room ready to go.
Man, what a big-time play here by the corner. It feels like he knew that play was coming before the ball was even snapped. You can see he sticks his foot in the ground and bursts. He ends that play before it even has a chance to get started.
They put Kelce in motion. Mahomes now on second down. Finding space at the 40. And they're going to move the ball all the way up to the 45-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
First carry for Saquon Barkley. It's a short pickup, taking this to the 49. That is Nnamdi Madubuike there to bring him down. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. Gonna get that complete to Jamar Chase.
A gain of 7, and a first down, Chiefs.
It's a three tight end look as they have it first and 10. A run up the middle with Barkley. And he lowers the shoulder. A gain of about 3. They face second down and 7. Now Mahomes. This one caught by Chase. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
Set to go now on first and 10. To throw is Mahomes. That's caught. It's Xavier Worthy. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, pitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
In middle, he's got Kelce. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
Well, I think it's pretty clear what the week's plan was, and that was to get the quarterback in a rhythm right out of the gate. You got to imagine as the game unfolds, they'll sprinkle in some runs. But so far, it's been their passing game to get this game started, and that last one results in a first down.
So, not much to speak of in terms of scoring in that first quarter of play. 0-0 is the score. We'll be back in Baltimore after this. On the move at the 14-yard line, it's first and 10. They put Kelce in motion. Throwing again, it's Mahomes. To the left side, caught by Chase. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. We'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Mahomes back. A short one caught by Kelce. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. Gains nothing.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started. This is a part of the field where you have to account for the quarterback as a runner. Nothing's open downfield. Great job by your secondary, but then he makes a break for the goal line, and they're able to stop him just short, but not until after he sets his guys up 1st and goal.
Here's Barkley. A dive, and he's in! Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Chiefs. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score, and Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Makes the score Chiefs 7, Ravens nothing.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. This one taken at the 7. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. Now the first carry for King Henry. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 33-yard line.
Hill brought in motion. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. And he's going to have a Ravens first down as he gets this up to the 40-yard line. From the gun, Jackson. This one, downfield, looking for Henry. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Now Jackson. He finds Likely, his tight end. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
He's got to find a way to hold on to that one. I mean, you're right on the doorstep of the end zone. And listen, I understand that hit is coming. But guess what? That hit's coming whether you catch it or not. And you get paid to make the difficult catches, and I would classify that one.
That is caught by the tight end, Mark Andrews. Touchdown, Baltimore.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down a score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come away with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The visitors' offense going to see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. To the outside, catch made by Worthy.
It's pretty evident, Mike, when a quarterback and his wide receiver are operating on the exact same page. The anticipation, the timing, the accuracy of both the route and the ball. And when they're working together like this, that's the definition of teach tape.
On 2nd down, Mahomes. That's over the middle and caught by Kelce. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. First and 10. Throwing is Mahomes. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Gray is the motion man here. First down throw, Mahomes. He connects with Gray on that one. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. The Chiefs will use their 3rd and final timeout here. Clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, it's Mahomes. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
They put Kelce in motion. Mahomes now to throw on 2nd down. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Harrison Butker on now for the field goal. This one from 47 yards out. Butker's kick is good. And the Chiefs will break our tie and take a 10-7 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
Final moments of this first half, kicking with the lead now as this one is in the air. Here comes the return from a yard or 2 deep. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Ravens offense going to take over just before the half. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. So, we reach halftime, and the visitors, the Chiefs, out on top as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The home team's offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this 3rd quarter. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill there, and that will lead to a 2nd down. Jackson now. He fumbled the football. One of his teammates is there to pick it up.
Well, fortunately for this quarterback, Mike, thanks to the alert play by one of his teammates, they're going to prevent this from being a turnover. It's just so hard as the quarterback. You're trying to keep your eyes downfield. You're trying to keep the plays alive. You have to feel the rush. You have to understand when that clock's going off. That ball either needs to come out or it certainly needs to be protected.
That's over the middle to the tight end, Andrews.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough 3rd down situation, and now it brings up 4th down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
And a fair catch is taken. It is just inside the 20-yard line. The visitors' offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this 2nd half. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Rice open, he's got it. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Mahomes looking to throw on 2nd down. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
A gain of 9 yards. And the 1st down on the Chiefs.
They'll run straight ahead with Barkley. And he'll get this only up to about the 33-yard line. Second down and 8. out of the gun, here's Mahomes. Open man, downfield, Chase has it. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield, perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
They put Kelce in motion. Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on first down. Here's 2nd and 2. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. To the middle of the field. That's taken in by Chase. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
First down, Chiefs.
Man in motion is Brown. To the air once more, it's Mahomes.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out front.
They put Kelce in motion. Mahomes now to throw again. This caught right side by Worthy. That is a gain of 15, and now it's 1st and goal.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
An opportunity for what could be a game-sealing touchdown right here. 1st down and goal. Right back to the air for Mahomes. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times. And then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep.
He's got his big tight end, Travis Kelce. Touchdown, Kansas City. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter, get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Is good. Makes the score, Chiefs 17, Ravens 7.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So here's the Baltimore offense getting set for their next drive. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. Now, Jackson. There's a short one caught by Andrews. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. Jackson now on second down. That one into the hands of Hill. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down. Back to throw, Jackson. Into the familiar hands of Justin Jefferson. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. A gain there of 20. Good for a Raven first down. They'll drop to throw. He's got his tight end. It's Andrews. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
And he finds Tyreek. And he'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a first down.
And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Zay Flowers. Touchdown, Ravens.
Well, that was step one. The offense did their job, get this thing back within one possession, so they're still alive. But now they've got to find a way to get a little bit of luck and find a way to get the ball back, and it's not going to be easy.
Score game late, and you figure they got to have this one as they'll try an onside kick. Inside the 40.
All right, so you take your shot, you don't get it. But now your defense has to save the day. You've got all 3 timeouts. You've got to get a stop here, force them to punt the ball back, and give your offense a chance to win the game.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. They'll run it to the right here with Barkley. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. The visitors' offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They've got the lead, and they'll set forth trying to build on it. They're going to do that with excellent field position. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Barkley. And he will take this down close to a first down. Pickup of 9. They've got him a yard short of the sticks. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. Open man left side. He's got it. And it looks like he's going to have a first down. Nothing fancy there. Short completion, but it yields a fresh set of downs. The defense still with all 3 timeouts at their disposal as the quarterback's down to a knee. So, it's a win for the visiting Chiefs. They knew this would be a dogfight away from home, and they were right. But they come away with a hard-fought victory. So, that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone.